Well, hello everyone. Today we're going to play My Little Scythe, which has come out today. So we only got our hands on the copy today. So we watched a rules explanation from Watch It Played, which was pretty good, and we're pretty clued up on how to play it now. So we need to have a quick run through the rule book just to make sure. So start off, I'm Ian. This is
I'm Kat.
So let's start. I'll do a brief overview of the game and what it's about. So the aim of the game is to get 4 trophies up onto the board, and there's various ways that we can do that. So we can either get up to 8 on the friendship track, which is down this side here. To gain friendship, we can do that from quests, or we can place resources down on our opponent's square, wherever they are at the time. We can upgrade our move and make section tiles, which allows us to do different things. We can have 3 magic cards in our hand, I believe. Yeah. We can complete 2 quests. We can deliver either or both 4 gems and 4 apples into the centre of the board. We can win at a pie fight, which sounds really fun. Or we can get up to 8 on the pie track. To do these various things on our turn, we get to choose a action on our board. So we can move, so we can move 2 spaces, or 1 if we are carrying resources, so if we're carrying gems or apples. We can seek, which is rolling the dice and placing out resources on the board. Or we can make, which is converting resources into either pies that we can use in pie fights, magic cards, or upgrades for our board. And I think that's the gist of it.
Really much it, I think.
Okay, so we're going to Chawazi the start player. If I can find it. And Kat starts first.
Hello. So I am going to start off. Oh, the first thing I want to do before I do choose my action is I'm going to look at my card here.
Good point.
This is my personality card. So we've each got one of these.
I don't know that.
Alexa chiming in there. We've each got one of these. They were chosen at random. They're secret from the other player, and they make one trophy easier to obtain.
So give that to yourself.
Yeah. So I'm just going to read that to check what it is that I need to do.
Do you understand it?
I haven't read it yet. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm also going to check my magic card. Magic cards are generally to help you in pie fights. Pie fights we'll go through when we
fight.
get to it.
Yeah.
So my first action is going to be movement. On your movement turn, you move both of your seekers. This is your seeker. And they can both move up to 2 spaces independently of each other, so they don't have to go in the same direction. So I'm going to
Think about it.
I am thinking about it. I'm going to just go 1 each way for now.
Okay, so I am going to do the same as well. However, I'm going to pick up this quest. That's my quest card, please. So I can. There's an apple thief, so I can either pay 2 pies and gain 2 friendship. I can move 1 apple from any other space to a space you control, but I lose a friendship. Or I can gain 1 apple for visiting return the quest face down to the bottom of the deck.
Do you have to complete that straight away?
Yes.
You do?
Yes. So I'm going to move one apple from any other space onto a space I control. Take your apple. Put it there. How do I keep this quest now? It goes towards my
Goes towards
quest.
your.
Okay.
You say you lose friendship.
I lose friendship, so I
How
go
many
down
do you
one.
lose?
Just one. So I'm now in the section where I cannot get trophies because I haven't got that many friends. I've not been very nice. So I need to get my friendship up before I can start claiming trophies again.
Okay.
Yep.
The only stipulation, you only get one action per turn. The only stipulation is you can't take the same action as you did the previous turn. So I can't move this turn. So I'm going to seek. And I'm going to choose this top one here. So I get to roll 2 red dice, a blue die, and a gold die.
So the blue dice are for gems, the reds for apples, and what's it one for?
Quest.
Quests.
So we've got an apple in the green section, an apple in the
Great.
grey section.
I'm here. But you can give it to me and then you will go on the friendship track. Which would be nice.
It would, but then you've already got to. I'm going to put it there.
Thank you.
A gem in the red section. It's very nice, so I know. And a quest in the green section. I'm going to assume I can put quests in the same space as.
Yes.
Okay.
You can't. You just can't put them in where other people are. I believe. Let me just double check. Seek quest tokens. Yeah, you can't have 2 quest tokens in one space and can't be someone else there. That's right.
Okay, I am done.
Right, I'm going to. Oh no, I can't do that yet. I'm going to seek as well. I'm going to get 2 blue, a red and yellow. So there's going to be a quest in the blue area. A gem in the grey area. Thank you. A gem in the white area. Thank you. And an apple in the yellow. So I'm going to give you an apple and go up on the friendship track. Because I like friends! You'll go.
I am going to move again. So I am going to move this one into here and take a quest.
Yeah.
Alright, so this one is help with gems. So I can pay 2 gems and gain 2 friendship. I can move 1 gem from any other space to a space I can control and lose a friendship. Or I can gain 1 gem for visiting. I am going to. I could pay 2 gems from any of my ones that I control, can't I? So I'm going to pay the 2 gems and gain 2 friendship. I'll just check this one. Okay. And I'm done. Oh no, I need to move my other person, so I'm not done. They're going to move it that way. Now I'm done.
I'm going to move again. Move to here. And back 1. That's what you've done.
Intriguing. I can't move. I also can't make anything. So I'm going to have to seek. I'm going to seek. I'm going to do the bottom one this time. So it's 2 blues, a red, and a gold. Where's the red dog?
Hiding.
Let's do a gem on white. Put a gem on white. A gem on yellow. An apple on yellow. And rest on grey.
Okay, I'm going to seek 2 red, a blue, and yellow. I want to try and get some more apples in. Ha!
Oh, lucky roll.
So I've got 2 apples on white, which are going to go right here with my players. There's a quest which is going to go right here next to my players, and there's a gem on grey which is going to go right next to my home base. Thank you. What are you going to do?
I am going to. I'm going to make. So I'm going to spend an apple and a gem to upgrade either my make or move action. So I'm going to upgrade my move action. To do that, I draw 3 cards and I choose one.
Ooh.
And I'm going to choose this one.
Which is?
This one means that now I can move 2 spaces whether I've got apples and gems or not.
Okay.
I assume that's what that means anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it?
And then tick on the bottom of the deck.
So I'm going to move. Am I? Yeah, I'm going to move. Move him 2, 1, 2. Move him 1. Well, there actually, sorry, just a second. Move there, so I've got to do the quest first. Yeah.
Alright.
So this is Nerf Rises. So I can challenge him and pay 2 pies, gain 1 magic spell and a friendship. Or I can join him, gain 1 magic spell and 2 gems, but I lose 2 friendship. Also, no thanks and gain 1 magic. 2 pies. I'm going to say no thanks. And I'll gain a magic card. Okay. Yep.
I'm going to move. I'm going to move this one up here and take the quest. So I can help with apples, so I can donate apples, place 2 apples on a space occupied by another player and gain 2 friendship and 1 pie. I can gain 3 pies and lose 2 friendship, or I can say no thanks and gain 1 apple for visiting. So I'm going to say no thanks, gain an apple, but because of my special personality card,
Yep.
I can complete my second quest by visiting with. Resolving is optional. This will earn you a trophy if you've already completed your first quest. So I now have my first trophy,
Mean.
which is on there.
Okay.
Oh, that's the point. That means I keep that card.
My turn now.
No, I need to move my other personage. So I'm going to go. That way.
It's very aggressive.
Mm.
I'm going to do some more making. I want to get some apples. So I get 2 apples in blue. So I'm going to give you 2 apples.
Oh, thank you.
1 and 2. So this one's done. And in red. And the quest in red. Okay, that's me done.
Can't move. I'm going to seek. Get the gem in green, the gem in yellow, apple in green, and quest in white.
Really nice of that. Okay, I'm going to move 1 into there, 1 into there. Very dangerous. Commits on a lot here. Yeah, that's me done. You're going to come and get me? Start a pie fight? Hit me with your pie. Instead of a broomstick.
I'm going to move.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to move 1, and then I'm going to take off the portal through to the castle.
And you only move 1 square though?
No, because of mine.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Your ability.
Ability.
Okay.
And is that
That's
an
instant.
action?
No, it's instant.
Okay, so I'm going to drop off my apples. Request. Quest? No, trophy.
Okay.
And I have to now go back to here, don't I?
Yep.
What happens when you
You go back home.
go back home?
Let me double check.
What happens with this as well? Does it stay there?
You
Or does
probably-
it go back with me?
No, it doesn't go back with you.
That's what I was thinking.
Once seekers successfully completes the delivery until the castle ever free space, the seeker involved in the delivery is immediately teleported to the base camp. At least one of your seekers is returned to base camp following the delivery. You are rejuvenated. See base camps. Can't see base camps. Base camps. You either gain either 1 magic spell or 2 pies, and remove your action token from the player mat.
Okay. So what happens with this?
It stays wherever it was. So if you want to leave it in your previous space, because you can't really leave it in the castle.
We're getting 2 pies. And I need to move this personage.
You don't have to, because you may move.
I'm thinking.
Thinking too long. Fire. All kicking off. We're going to have a pie fight.
We are going to have a
Right, so for pie fights, it's suggested that we take all of our magic cards and put them on the table because you don't have to use all of them. Okay? You can only use pie up to what you've got in your tray. Here you go. Whatever we display, even if we lose, we need to take that off our track. Okay?
3, 2, 1.
There we go. So I've got 5 on a card and 3 off my track, which is 5, 6, 7, 8. 8!
And I've got 4.
Right, so I win the pie pie.
Mm-hmm. So do we lose these cards, don't we?
Yes, they're going to discard pile.
Lose our pies.
And because I win a pie pie, I get a trophy. And you go back to your home.
Oh no.
My turn?
Okay.
Oh, I can't move. No, I'm going to. I need to make some pies because I threw all my pies at you. So I'm going to have 2 apples to make 2 pies. Ready for our next fight. What's me done?
And I'm going to have to seek. Got the gem in blue, the gem in yellow, a quest in green, and an apple in white. Oh, actually, I'll stick that in there.
Okay, I'm going to move. And I'm going to take all these apples with me. So I get to trade that in and deliver those to get me a trophy. On the hearts. On the apples. And I'll go back to base. And I'm going to get 2 pies. Good.
I'll move.
I want to move again. So I'm going to seek. I'm going to try and get some more apples out. Okay, so we've got some gem on a yellow. There you go, there's a gem.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. An apple on yellow. Here's an apple.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, nice. Apple on yellow. Apple on red. Here's an apple.
Oh, thanks.
And I get 8 on the friendship because I'm a super duper red friend. So I've only got 1 trophy left to go now. That's left. I've done that one, haven't I?
Yeah.
And a quest on grey. I'll put right next to me. Thank you. That's me done.
I'm going to make.
What are you going to make?
I'm going to spend an apple and gem to make an upgrade card. And I'm going to go for what I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for this one. Friendly Baker. So I can now exchange 2 apples for 2 pies and go on the friendship track.
Apples for 2 pies. Have you done it?
What now? I've upgraded this.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
And I get a trophy because I've upgraded both of my things. You know, I've only got 1 trophy. Yeah.
move. Onto there, I think. That's my quest, please. Dark magic. So I can dispel it, play one magic spell, and gain 2 friendship. Or I can embrace it, move all apples and gems from any space to an adjacent space if I lose friendship. Or I can gain 1 friendship. I'm going to embrace it. I mean, an adjacent space. You want to do that?
I don't know.
No, I don't do that. Oh, it's difficult. Oh, yes, I do. Yeah. So that one can go there. I can go there. I can go there.
Isn't it only 1 from 1 space?
Move all apples and gems from any space. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you're only doing it in one space.
One space from adjacent space.
Mm-hmm.
Do that then. Use a friendship. I've done 2 quests. So I'll trigger again then.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 1 move. I've got 1 move.
I will start player, wasn't I?
It doesn't matter, everyone gets 1 more turn.
Okay.
Or everyone who hasn't got 4 gets 1 more turn.
I don't think there's much what to do.
So you need to get a trophy,
I can
and you need to get something on the friendship track to be able to win.
Right. I'm gonna see. Apple on grey. I think I might have done it.
Oh, what?
Gem on grey.
You don't know where it was. Well, that wasn't there.
Quest on blue. And a gem on green. So I've got 8 I've got 8 friendship.
You get your finger burn.
So I'll get my trophy up there. So unless you can get your...
No, that's it now.
Oh, don't you get another go?
No, let me just double check. In turn order, each player without 4 trophies takes 1 final turn.
Oh.
So that's it then. So you win.
So I would.
That was quite a quick, snappy game, wasn't it?
I thought it would take longer than that.
I think it's aimed more towards children.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what do you think about that?
I enjoyed it. I think it would be very good for kids. I mean, I haven't played, obviously this is based on Scythe. I haven't played the original Scythe.
Yeah, so I've played the original Scythe only a few weeks ago. And this is very much like that. Well, in terms of what you can do, but obviously it's really simplified and it's sped up quite a lot. But I think I was really worried to start with about my daughter being able to play it, which is why we played it first tonight. But I think she'll get this no problem. I mean, she's 6 years old, I know this is for 8-year-olds plus, but I think she'll get that no problem.
I think she's played more difficult games than this. The choices of what you can do are very, and it's very clearly laid out on your player map what you can do, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, she might not know what the best thing to do is, but she'll always have something to do. But I think that's with any children's game, really, isn't it? They don't know what the best thing is to do. But that's part of the game, is showing them or telling them and kind of guiding them the way.
Learning how to develop that way of thinking, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I say, it's a lot quicker, a lot snappier than I thought it was going to be. I just wish that they'd maybe, I know it would have probably cost a lot, but I wish they'd actually gone and paid for the licensing for My Little Pony.
Yeah, I mean,
because it's called My Little Scythe, and there are some aspects of My Little Pony in it, in terms of the apples and the
pie fights.
Yeah, and I think the castle is called Everfree Castle, which is something from My Little Pony. But I wish they'd gone that extra bit. But then you're paying for licensing and what have you.
Yeah, I mean that's going to add a lot onto the cost. I think we got this. I think it's around £40. I'm going to pick it up as offline. It's quite heavy. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff in there, and I think it's got quite a nice insert. They even included a picture of where everything goes, which I thought was great because I've seen all these inserts. I haven't got a clue where stuff goes. Although the picture was slightly different to what the actual insert was, but we got it in the end. And it did say there's going to be expansions for it, or there's gaps for expansions to go in, which is really good, because quite a lot of the time inserts don't think about the future. So there's a few comments on here around. Russ says around the size of the board, and it's been too big, and it feels like it should be at least a 4-player game. And I agree, to be honest, because there is a lot of space out there.
Yeah, I think that was obviously a lot of the game is supposedly around like these pie fights and friendship and that kind of thing. You don't really. I mean, we had one pie fight, but that was only because I chose to.
Yeah, you really pushed it.
I forced for that because I wanted to see how that mechanic worked. But we could have quite easily played this game without having any contact with each other at all, couldn't we, really? So I think it probably does need at least 3 or 4 to really get, see what the game's really about and develop that bit more strategy to it, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree with you. I was going to say something as well, but it put up my head. That was it. When I played Scythe, I didn't fight once. I did fairly well, I think. So it's not just this. I mean, that was with 4 players, so the board was fairly full, but I was hiding myself down the corner. So yeah, I think that's it from us. Yeah. Has she got anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for watching. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.
Thank you.